What's up, everybody? This is Xanxus casting the semifinal round of Some Poor Choices versus Kanye West. Fortunately, I was not able to get the audio from both me and Evolution to cast this together, so this is being done a little bit late. So we'll go ahead and get started here. Hopefully this captures game audio also, so looks like we'll be starting on Palace here. We've got a purple out of Some Poor Choices, Kanye, and starting with a little bit of a better aura start. Two defenses also. An early Almoros to bring Kanye down to -1 attack. Not sure if that was a Kai bullet or a backdraft. Looks like Kanye resets his stats again. The return to nature. So interested in seeing what that purple is that Some Poor Choices is running at the moment. Kanye casts a glacial wall. Looks like Kanye's ready to make a quick move here while Some Poor Choices is frozen. Decides to retreat. See if he's got some better options in base. Alright, Dragon Slayer from Some Poor Choices. Hyper kick. Looks like Some Poor Choices was looking to get that off before he started picking up anything. He's definitely in a really low aura start here. Oh, a nasty Fang of Tree there. Really tough to dodge as a car wheeler. Especially from that angle and that range. Kanye seems to be moving in again. Ground lasers here. A little bit of a late, very early guard on Some Poor Choices. Only Some Poor Choices has one more, I'd be able to combo that up. Kanye with a good lightning sword does lose the guard of water. Looks like Kanye's looking to end this. Decides to retreat back. Probably wants to get a defense before he commits there. Loses the ground laser to a flash hole. Kanye does boost himself up with the heat there. Fortunate, really bad aura start for Some Poor Choices here, so not really too much options. Trying to use a roll there. Does catch the blaster, but loses the flash hole. It'd be pretty tough to take down that fortress there. Some a little bit of aura here. He might be able to use the Willow twice. Not too sure what Poor Choices is looking to do here. Whether he's looking to go back to base or probably aggress a little on Kanye. Nice cartwheel in there from Some Poor Choices with the Vibration Blast here. Not looking too good for him right now. Kanye with 2 defenses, 2 attacks. Not too sure what that second attack is. wants to twirl around on Evo's body. Ooh, I'm pretty sure he ate both those attacks. Perfect timing on Kanye's part there. 2 attacks for 1 defense. Ooh, an unfortunate cartwheel there. Wasn't able to go anywhere because of the staircase. So we have Kanye with 1 win on Palace. We're looking to move over to Highway. See if SomePoorChoices can make the comeback here. It's a really bad aura start, I think, kind of made that really hard. Alright, similar aura start here for SomePoorChoices. Seems like he's running the Tiger Strength, might be using the same arsenal. Kanye, a little bit of a better aura start. Seems to always get this spawn every time he plays Highway for some reason. It's always covered by every single angle there. Decides to use a Bravery. Gets hit by debris somehow. And a Quantum Decay. That's a really bad choice. There only has 4 aura. Fortunately did not have an orb in hand to stop that. Alright, decides to move in with the 4 aura there. So I'm only going to be able to shoot 1 attack at a time. Don't think he's got an orb, or he's not willing to wait it out for it. Trying to get off some manuals. It's going to be pretty tough fighting PoorChoices in his base here, because he's going to be able to grab different attacks, change up his strategy as Kanye's sitting there with the railgun. It's going to be two attacks that are going to be pretty tough to catch a cartwheeler, unless the railgun is aimed manually. Nice hyper kick. Ooh, 6 damage, Photon Wave. Kanye decides to take a dive, go back into base. Ooh, catches him before he hits the Quantum Decay. And that is pretty much it for Kanye, I believe. I don't think there's any bravery skill there he can use at all. Lowest cost is 3. So he may be looking at just trying to avoid all of PoorChoices' attack if he's able to. It's a pretty long time, unless he can avoid some damage to speed up the clock. Okay, Kanye decides to back out, give him the honorable win there. So we are moving over to Panorama here. See if we run into any Rico lasers here. Seems to be one of the only decks I run into every time I play Panorama. Decides to come in, use a Venom Fang, which gets Glacial walled by Kanye here. Running a lot of yellows, 1 defense, which seems to be that Glacial. Choices looking to break any object he can, avoid any possible hang spots there that cartwheelers can walk into. Pretty sure he's taken out most, or if not all of them. Kind of decides to remove the glacial wall there. Would have been very good for the reincarnation and the venom fang. Not too sure what he's running here. Might be running a couple recalls there by the looks of it. Nice dodge there. Well, he seems to be recalling all his skills back there. Not too sure what he's running at the moment. If it's a erase or arsenal, a couple of recalls in it. Kind of reminds me of an ebony deck here. Similar style glacial wall recalls. Poor choices with a good combo there. If Kanye would have tried to glacial the venom fang, he would have been hit by the blaster. Has a shatter in hand, which will be very useful here against Kanye that has no offense. Does have something at the moment, Nice Sword, which freezes some poor choices. We'll give him a little bit of time here to dig. Reincarnation, which he actually loses. Decides to use the rein and loses it immediately. Nice double guard there. Hopefully he's able to recall back that reincarnation. Oh. Surprised that Venom Fang didn't hit. Alright, so he's recalling and then quantum decay, so he's trying to win this by lowering all of Poor Choices' aura. Pretty sure Poor Choices will keep his aura pretty low there, just so those does not lose all of it there. Oh, decides to go up to 6 there with a level amp, and he will go back on the offense. It does get the reincarnation back, which will be useful against that shatter. Kanye, unfortunately, looking real low, only has about 4, so if he's unable to get another recall loop here, might actually be it for him. And a really perfect defense there, Reflect Mirror against the reincarnation. Is able to recall once, does gain a few of his skills back. Relearns the recall. Hopefully that's an orb there that some Poor Choices has. Kanye cannot seem to get the skills that he needs at the moment. Diabolical trick, I believe that was. Fortunately, it gets nothing but aura there. Looks like Kanye may be looking to aggress here with the reincarnation. Ooh, it gets a nasty photon. Photon burst there. Extremely long match. Kanye's still probably looking for those quantum decays here, but just not too sure if those were the right skills that were recalled there. Also, I'm not too sure if he lost the reincarnation or overrode it for the ice sword. Ooh, and another photon burst there, and win goes over to SomePoorChoices. So, alright, from here we're moving over to Dawn City. Expecting to see a lot of lasers here. Tiger strength lasers, at least my prediction. Okay, and both started a very similar aura start. Kanye does heat up, +1. SomePoorChoices with the instant return to nature there. Kanye does have another heat to spare. SomePoorChoices looking to aggress with the 4 aura. Kanye with the blazing bullet there, able to take out the guard of water. Nice dodge from SomePoorChoices for the second blazing. SomePoorChoices looks to test out the shield there. Right choice on his part. Would have gotten the ice sword erased by the defense there. Iron skin, and Kanye looking to get some blazing bullet fire from that angle there. SomePoorChoices doing a very good job cartwheeling them. Alright, looks like SomePoorChoices is looking to move in with some attacks of his own. Does have a glacial for the blazing bullet. We'll break it. Does get the ice sword. Kanye was not able to delete the ice sword there. Does take a hit from the blazing bullet. Ooh. Okay. Kanye able to not take any damage there with the Guard of Water. Hopefully does not get hit by a ton of debris. Vacuum while able to take the blaster. SomePoorChoices decides to add a heat of his own. Oh, it did break the Iron Skin there. Hyper Kick and Blazing Bullet off of Kanye. Did not cartwheel the Ice Sword there. Still able to use the Blazing and SomePoorChoices at good aura here. Might be looking to combo a few things. Kanye moves back in with Blazing Bullet. Gonna be pretty dangerous to go up and close to SomePoorChoices with that Photon Burst there. Guard of Water takes the Ice Sword finally. And SomePoorChoices looking to manual some of his slide lasers there. And takes a Blazing Bullet directly. Kanye manuals the Blazings, almost catches it there. Alright, does break the Glacial. All SomePoorChoices need is one more hit to be able to stop the Blazing Rush here. Another heat from SomePoorChoices is able to get the slide laser here. This will be 4 damage. Does get erased, but does take the damage, so he's unable to use any more of his blazing skills. For any of this, but he'll want to retreat. Oh. Oh, does catch a nice hyper kick there right before he is able to turn in. Healing Water for SomePoorChoices that is able to fake out the Fortress of Iron. Does have to cartwheel to take the 3 damage. Kanye decides to use the Return to Nature, bring them back to normal stats here. And using a Turbulence, if I'm not mistaken there. Probably overwrote the Blazing Bullet there. Fakes out the kick to be able to dodge the Photon Burst. Using some nice manuals of the hyper kick there. Okay, it does fall off the map there. Kanye does pick an additional skill up. SomePoorChoices with one, which is that Photon Burst. Ooh, and a nice Vacuum Slash there to end it. Alright, so overall we've got a tie here. 2-2. And now we are moving over to Refinery for, I believe you're the last game. Alright, looks like Kanye is contemplating here what he'll be using. I'll go ahead and forward it a little bit here. Looks like we've got, you know, very similar aura start. SomePoorChoices with a little bit better 3 aura. Does have a purple in hand. Kanye with a... Oh, this actually does take the aura there and does take the willow. SomePoorChoices not too sure if he meant to fall off there. It's very close to his base anyways. Kanye with the acquisition. SomePoorChoices looking to move in there. Very good defense there against the rock shot. We'll just keep giving him aura back, so just able to dodge, block it constantly. SomePoorChoices is using Venom Fang here. Not going to be really successful with that with the defense, current defense that SomePoorChoices has. It's just going to be able to absorb the energy there, both the rock shot and the willow. Not too sure if that was lag or something. I'm pretty sure I saw SomePoorChoices block that. Maybe the timing was off. Not too sure. Looks like SomePoorChoices may have been trying to delete the capsule, not use the aura backflow. Oh, good timing on Kanye's part there. Almost gasses him with the aura backflow there. Kanye will not be able to do anything against that defense, unfortunately, unless he's able to heat up. Seems to be having definitely some trouble getting some aura here. Still stuck at 3. Has to overwrite some skills. Does catch it with the dark hole. Kanye looking to retreat, get some space to be able to get a little bit more aura here. Does manages to get up to 5 here. Kanye takes a tumble there. Get back to base. It's up to a good 6 aura here. Absorb energy again in time. Able to use the absorb energy again. Let's get his aura back. Kinda has to take another tumble there. Seems to be the battle of attrition here. The diabolical trick, absorb energy, is able to get his aura back in time to use the diabolical trick. Really good strategy here. He's got enough aura to use the diabolical trick, then use absorb energy to get another batch of energy back. Ooh, Kanye man knows that one. So Kanye only's got about three more skills to go, so can do it if he manages to land these reincarnations. Does take the aura backflow. SomePoorChoices looking to move back to base. Does take an actual reincarnation there. Now he's got 3 defenses. Has a reincarnation of his own. Actually does lose the reincarnation there to a flash hole from Kanye. Ooh, okay. Able to catch the second reincarnation. I thought the timing may have been a bit off. Ooh, the hyper kick is going to be very deadly here. Kanye decides to use the reincarnation and it loses it in midair. Very odd choice. And I believe he's just taking a tumble. Decides to end the match here. Has no attacks to do anything here. And with that, we've got a 3-2 win for SomePoorChoices here. Congratulations.
Games, Kanye.